Welcome to channel I make your insight to the Australian visa system. G'day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video is all about some articles. Obviously in my industry there has been so many news, and because every state and territory has their own immigration and visa agenda, plus the federal agenda, and plus the coming up federal elections. There's so many changes, so many policies coming up, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. Anyway, let's get into two articles today, which I received recently. You may search it, you can see it from Google, whatever it is, and also on your app as well. But I will digest these information for you, as this is a goal for this channel, keep you updated. Now the first one is, as a topic says, the business industry groups call for visa process to speed up a skilled worker shortage stints. Now obviously if you have followed my channel long enough, we have been seeing and reading and digesting a lot of these news articles coming from governments, semi-government, and also from the business group in regards to the increase of skilled migrants. So obviously they have done it, the government already done it at their budget 2023, which I had updated previously, but not adding additional quota for annual intake, but shifting from families quota into the skilled migrants. So obviously the business group have got what they want, now they want more. Now this news actually came out from yesterday, as you can see here, which is gonna be around, oh not yesterday, I think it's gonna be Wednesday somehow. Anyway, it's recent. So what do they say? And let's have a read. So Maria, vocational education trainer for international student in Brisbane, says that her business, like many across the country, has been crippled by the halt of immigration due to the pandemic. So obviously I think I've done a specific video on this one. Obviously, if you're not allowing any travelers coming into Australia, the international education should be crippled because no international student is actually enrolled and wanting to enroll. However, the border has opened, so it's a good news for everybody. So in March 2020, went into lockdown. Class of 16 now dropped to 6 students. So obviously, 90% of their business is gone. So because of lack of international student, the further industry go affected. I think during this period there has been a lot of private education sectors and industry and providers actually closed down their businesses. Anyway, but there has been a supporting grant coming from the government itself. So numbers of them, they're doing well. They should still be there. While the border has reopened, international student worker can apply this visa to Australia. The backlog of application has been delayed. Now, I'm pretty sure the problem here is the resource that provided to the Department of Immigration, Department of Home Affairs, in regards to processing the visas. So I've done a video previously due to the delay, and how you can check the processing time and how you can actually make complaint in regards to your visa application. So it's not just you, it's universal. And I can tell you, this is not just in Australia, it's worldwide. So we were looking at from the goods going shipping in and out due to pandemic, the huge delay, and obviously the delay of human resources and delay in visa application. So if the country of Australia wanted to get their economy back, obviously they need more people to get all these visa assessed and granted in a way so we can assist the economy to go on. Alright, so obviously it's not going to happen overnight, but we have actually seen some improvement numbers of visa applications. So and And then she also comment on the visa rejection rate are very high, so the government needs to assess that as well. Now, I'm not too sure why they do that. We do seeing a lot of student visa rejections. Our firm we don't see many from our cases, but we do see a lot out there. Predominantly those are DIY applications. So if their visa is submitted, I cannot say poorly, but not meeting the criteria which a case officer like to see, generally how the immigration officer will treat it, they just put it away and reject it, which is not too good. You need to be a little bit helpful, right? But there's a debate whether the immigration officer should really be helpful or should really be set back and waiting for everything to be ready. If they receive something it's not ready, they can reject it. It's their right, but you don't want that happen, because if that happens, you get black marketed, and also if you wanted to appeal, that's a costly process as well. So migrants' backbone of small business economy. Again, this is basically saying that those skilled workers are not just for the large corporation, but small businesses like the cafe, restaurant, hospitality, tourism industry. Tourism industry actually uses a lot of skilled workers, and not to mention about the professional like engineers, accountants, the ICT professionals. There's a lot out there. So this news article basically is giving out another signal how the government should now address the backlog, because the backlog, although you have given the quota, but if the processing time is still slow, it's not going to help. For example, the current employment sponsored visa will require to wait for more than 12 months. Now obviously no business or no employer want to employ someone knowing that that person will come 12 months later. That's definitely not helpful, and no employee will want to go into a work and job knowing that within the next 12 months you got nothing to do, okay? And no one want to do that too. So this needs to be, I think there's a major red tapes required to be scrapped, as we have previously discussed, and also the parliamentary committee looking into simplifying the employment sponsor scheme. So we will see how that will go next. So that's about the news. So international student used to show as a stopgap. So but this is temporarily. You cannot rely on international student. Look, they need to go back to their classroom and lecture room to study. They cannot be out there and utilize the international student as a full-time worker. Although for post-pandemic era, there is an element allow the international student to do that, but it's only a temporary short fix. It cannot be a long-term solution. All right, the next news, it's actually regards to the general election coming up in May. I think it's going to be held in the middle of May this year. So Anthony Albanese is the leader of the opposition party, Labour Party. There has been rumors saying, obviously, we're in a campaign period at the moment. We don't know who is going to win. It looks like it's going to be a very tight election. So what does the opposition party leader want in a way for immigration policy? So Albanese hints at permanent residency of a foreign worker under Labour government. Now, noting that the previous hype of 190,000 migrants quota intake per year was done by the government of Labour Party. Now, if they come back, a lot of people think the immigration policy will be better than the current one. Let's have a look what Albanese actually proposed. So foreign worker could allow to live permanently in Australia if Labour wins upcoming elections. So he actually told the National Farmers Federation conference in Canberra, if people are coming temporarily year after year, spending months and months, we don't give them a bit of certainty and actually allow people to stay making contribution to the country. Whoa, which I totally agree. The day before federal election, expected to call opposition leader again refused to say that the Labour government was scrapped the Australian new agriculture visa. Now, agriculture visa, as you know, there has been a lot of problem due to diplomatic issue, and which is very hard to actually get resolved. But anyway, see how that goes, because the Labour Party may see the agricultural visa as a redundant. Why not just do something else for a universal, friendly, and simplifying visa scheme, which I think is the good way to go. All right, so basically what the opposition leader Anthony Albanese basically is coining out how the visa for employment sponsored type of visa, which connected to the previous article that we just talked about, how they're gonna settle it. And I think it's also it's a two-party solution. From what I see here, whether, as I had previously said, whichever party wins the elections, immigration policy will continue to be open, will continue to take more permanent intake annually, adding up next financial year. Obviously, due to pandemic, the economy of Australia has been hit badly, in the way from proven historical track records of Australian history. Opening up an immigration policy will be the only way to fix the problem. Now, obviously, you see how the current government is setting the way to go, and now you see the opposition party looks like it's gonna be a better option, maybe. Don't know yet. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.